Hi everybody, Dr. McCann here. I wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk with you about the Module 8 Literature Review assignment. I posted several resources in the course room, but it occurred to me that it might be a little more helpful if I provided a video and went over some of the different options and the different expectations to give you a better idea. So to start off, the literature review, pardon me, in this course is really nothing more than an annotated bibliography. And the idea behind this is that from the beginning of this course, you should have been thinking about a dissertation topic, thinking about a research idea, and reading in that area. Because the expectation is that once you get to your 4th or 5th class, you will have read enough articles in your particular topic area or your research area so that you can speak with some authority on what it is you intend to do your study on, and identify a gap. And what is a gap in the research? A gap in the research is simply, for lack of a better phrase, an unanswered question, something that has not really been explored before. And this is where the concept of synthesis comes in. So identifying a gap in the literature might be something as simple as, oh, well, they examined this population using a statistical measure or a quantitative methodological approach. A gap might be, well, they've never actually examined the lived experience of this population in relation to the question. So that means there might be an opportunity to expand on that research, get a different perspective on it. But you will learn much more about gaps in research as you move forward in your coursework. For now, back to the Week 8 assignment. What we're asking for here is you to select 5 of the articles that you have read in your dissertation topic area. You cannot use any articles from the course. You can't use any of the articles like any of the Gardner articles, Baker and Pfeiffer, nothing like that. So it has to be all scholarly peer-reviewed resources from reputable journals, meaning you can't have any trade publications, no newspapers, wikis, blogs, nothing from Psychology Today. That's not considered a scholarly peer-reviewed reputable resource. It needs to be from solid academic journals. And if you have questions about what it means to be a scholarly article, you can take a look at the GCU library, and there are some tutorials to that effect. So in your syllabus, if you click on this link, you will notice this particular document pops up. This is a template suggested for use for the literature review. You will literally put your name here. You can just put literature review, that's fine. Date, and up here where it says running head, shortened title, you can leave that, that's fine, but in your other courses, they're gonna want you to put a title here. So you can put literature review, but make sure it is in all caps per APA format. So you scroll down here and you see that it's laid out for you and asking you to include a reference, permalink, and an annotation. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to flip over right here and show you what an annotated bibliography is. And essentially your literature review is just that. It is an annotated bibliography. It's called a literature review because you're reviewing articles of literature that you have been researching for your dissertation topic. So in essence, you're reviewing the literature from that perspective. So if you look here, you'll see the template that is provided for you in the syllabus for topic 8. And on the opposite side, an annotated bibliography. It's all the same in terms of the title page. Scroll down. The primary difference here is the fact that you are provided a link to RefWorks to guide you through that process, and this has a word table with it. You're more than welcome to use the table if you like, but you're also welcome to use the straight no frills APA approved annotated bibliography format as well. So what would this look like? Well, in an annotated bibliography, all references should be in alphabetical order, meaning if you have a reference that starts with a D, it should come first. If you have a reference that starts with a Q, it should come later. If you have a reference that starts with an A, then the A would come first, the D, etc., etc. So the references need to be in alphabetical order for APA format. So what would it look like? Well, in short, your reference will paste here. And permalink is really a GCU creation. It is nothing more than this little thing right here, the link where you can find the article in the GCU library. An annotation. Well, turn your attention over to the other side here and you will see that the annotation is just a notation of the article. This should be a minimum of 150 words. All notation should be a minimum of 150 words in order to be eligible for full credit. If they are not a minimum of 150 words, then a penalty will apply. And then you've got this little box here. This is not required. You don't have to do anything for this. In my class, it doesn't matter because I'll never know anyway, to be quite honest with you. If you go into RefWorks and you put your article there, it's not going to do any harm to anyone other than you. It's just a tracking mechanism. That's all that RefWorks is for. It helps you keep track of your articles. And there are tutorials right here you can go to at the GCU library. And what I mean by it's not going to do any harm to anyone other than you, I'll never know if you don't have a tracking mechanism for all of the articles that you read and a notation system. You're the one that will have to endure that challenge when you get to dissertation. So let's say you read 300 articles in your topic area between now and the point that you reach that first dissertation class, but you haven't written any of them down, you don't have a tracking mechanism. That's where it's going to hurt. So whatever tool you choose to use, please, it could be Excel, it could be Word, it could be whatever. But make sure you find a way to keep track of the articles you read for your dissertation. And that's something that you're going to have to do on your own and figure out what works best for you and your organizational style. Again, just to reiterate, you can use the Word table template provided to you in the syllabus, or you can use just a straight, simple annotated bibliography with no Word template provided. It's going to look something like this when you start to paste the information in there. This is a permalink. This is your reference, and of course this is going to be the reference that you use, and a notation that is a minimum of 150 words, and you will simply include 5 of those on this sheet. And that'll be it. If you have any additional questions, please let me know, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much.